Might have been an axe murderer, for all I know.
Better the devil you know than the one you don't know, Dave.
Did you watch it? I've been into the whiskey
I don't know, we
already.
haven't touched anything, have we?
Hey, hey, hey! French ladies up there. I think we have some German couple here.
Spirits actually leave Tongariro Mountain.
Okay.
Rubbish. Lika and Marie, and they've got a really inspiring story to tell you. Don't often get to see this blue lake from this angle. Water on Mars. I'm beyond excited. It's not every day you get to sleep inside a volcano crater. Have we got an epic adventure for you this time? So things have changed a little bit because we don't just make camping in the rain videos when it's dry. We actually go tramping in the rain as well. So we've had to change our plans. We've come in from the desert road. We've got about 2.7 kilometers before we get to Waihohonu Hut. So that's around about an hour, hour and a half. We're going to come up through here. We're going to try to find the old track which cuts across. Otherwise we'll go down to the bridge. And then tonight we've made a booking. We've had to do that this morning down to Oturere Hut. And night one, John and Graham and I are going to explore up around the North Crater. Watch this space. We're going to scoot around the outside, come down this ridge line down to Manganapopo Hut, and then we're going to be out desert road again on day 4. So keep watching. We're heading off to Waihohonu Hut. This is going to be epic. How's it going, folks? So look, I'll start with an apology because normally the audio on the GoPro when it's raining is not the greatest, but please bear with us. So today, this weekend, I got my good old buddy Graham. So if you remember our last trip together, the Pukitutu secret hut.
Oh yeah.
Go up there. That was a pretty awesome night.
Good adventure. Good night, yes. How could I forget that one?
So this trip is kind of last minute, you know, because you only need a few days to plan a 4-day trip around volcanoes.
No surprises there.
Strange thing happened. So one of my followers reached out about 2 weeks ago and said, hey, be keen to do a trip in the middle of absolutely nowhere down Stratford. And I said, yeah, I'd be pretty keen, but I asked a few questions as to why he was posting via a pseudonym. And we finally got to, I swapped my phone number with him. Bang, gone. Down Taranaki way with a complete stranger. That might have been an axe murderer, for all I know.
Better the devil you know than the one you don't know, Dave.
So as a result of that organised trip being cancelled, called up my old faithful buddy Graham, and yeah, he said, yeah Dave, let's do this thing together. How's it going, folks? So we've just turned up at Waihohonu Hut. Kind of struggled to pronounce it. And the sign down on Desert Road said that it was 5.6k and that was going to take an hour and 30 minutes. So currently at the moment we've actually been walking for 3.48k. That's a pretty big difference, and Graham and I have been walking and filming now for an hour 13.
We didn't take any shortcuts.
Anyway, we're just going to probably stop here, grab a hot drink, and then we're going to carry on to Oturere Hut, and we're going to be camping there for the night.
Is that a meth burner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long does it take for
I think the problem.
Yeah, that's in the
Domini Biv, I can't remember now where we were. Which...
And some crazy man come.
Waihohonu.
Graham and I have just stopped
Boy.
for coffee. We're now heading off to Oturere Hut. So that's about another 8 kilometres and around about another 4 hours to go. Catch your watcher. Thanks for watching now. I've been into the whiskey.
I don't know, we haven't touched anything, have we?
This is actually the campsite here, and obviously no fires, but quite a nice little area in which to camp. And talking to camera, but that's fine. What kind of hut, what kind of tent you guys got? That's a bit different.
Yeah, it's from Belgium. It's from a Decathlon.
Wow.
You know it?
No, we're not familiar with this brand in New Zealand.
It's the house milk of Decathlon, but you don't have Decathlon in New Zealand.
So
right?
it's that's a 2-person,
Yeah.
and that's what, 2 kgs?
1 kg for the cover.
Really good. You know, if I can find shortcuts and secret tracks, and that's kind of what I try to bring to the channel. So we're just about to head off. It's not marked, I don't recommend it if you don't have experience, but this is the old track here, sort of cuts across, and we are going to have to forge over the river. Hey, how good is this, eh? The trail less travelled. So we think this is actually the spring here. We are bang on the spot that's marked X on my map, but this does look like it's bubbling up at this point. So and she's really deep, so Waihohonu means deep water, and this does look extremely deep. So we're now just going to jump over.
Hey! Hey! Well done.
I'm sorry folks, no footage there for you to get excited
Not
about.
a statistic today. Well done.
We bumped into a hunter, Sam, and he's looking for deer. So there's deer coming through here. This is pretty recent. This is the Waihohonu stream through here. The spring was just over there, and we caught up with Sam up on that ridgeline as we come over from the hut. So yes, definitely deer sign here, guys. But we're heading up and over. Glory be. And there's the track. Was it a shortcut? Very unlikely. Was it quicker? Definitely not. Was it more fun? Absolutely. And hey, as much as the Northern Circuit's pretty interesting, now we're kind of back onto the boring stuff. But yeah, came bang on to the track exactly where we navigated to. So on to the hut. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Graham and I are heading off to Oturere, and you can see just ahead of us there's appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 hikers. There was a lovely couple of ladies back at the hut that said hi to us. They said that they'd meet us there, so it's quite likely them. They've got ahead of us when we did that shortcut, the Adventurous shortcut. So anyway, yeah, they were young, so they'll probably take off on us. So we're actually picking up on the young ladies. We've been talking to everybody on the way through, so yeah, just not used to so many people around. It's not very backcountry for me, but lovely day. It's just a great day. Nice and cool enough, not too hot. A little bit of rain around just to keep us cold, so hiking in the rain. How cool is this, eh? This is stunning. Oh, would you look at that? Oturere Hut. I wasn't expecting it so soon. So look, it is it's only 5 kilometers. Been walking 3 hours and 30. So there you go. Pleasant surprise. Let's see what's in store. But that was a bit sooner than I expected.
I came around a quarter and there it was.
Hey, hey, hey! Party time! Oh, there's a cup of tea on? So we're at Oturere Hut. It's actually been a very short day for us. I think it was only something like about 4.5, 5 hours. And we were supposed to be, well, we paid for a campsite over the back, $16 for the night, where that guy is at the moment. But 6 people who were coming from Mangatapopo turned around because the weather, as you can see, is crap. And so the hut warden has upgraded us to business class, so we're actually inside the hut. So there's our awesome hut warden, Gerard.
It went from
Coming inside to tons of beds, as you can see, I'm hanging out over there. We have an amazing campfire, not a very big stove, and there's these 2 separate bunk rooms. And that's it, so pretty much full house. There's some French ladies up there, I think we have some German couple here, and we have Dutch here. And what else we got? What's the nationality up here?
New Zealand.
Oh yay, for New Zealand. France and New Zealand. Oh, good. So she's a full house, and this is where I am tonight, just in here. So I was going to be camping right there, but we got upgraded. So this is the campsite area. How beautiful is this, eh? Stunning. If you want campsite with a view, but it is a little bit more exposed, you would come up to here. How amazing would that be to wake up in the morning to that? How's it going, guys? So it's 7:45 and most people in the hut heading to bed, so it's kind of that time of the night again. So it's been a bit hard to film because there's just so many other people here you got to consider. So sorry about that, and we'll catch you in the morning. Okay, so it's 7:15 in the morning, and quite a few people have left already, and it's a stunning morning. Some hunters, hikers going out now. There's lovebirds enjoying the sunrise. There's Oturere Hut. So the myth has it that Māori that first found this place, this is how they came up to Tongariro. So they believe that their spirits actually leave Tongariro Mountain before they head off to Cape Reinga. And that's got something to do with the name Oturere, Oturere being air. But yeah, I don't know too much more than that. Bacon and eggs this morning. That's ordinary. It's the new trend here, triangle. It's cool though, it's just got a little stand on it.
It's a long way up Narahoe looking at it today, Dave, but when we did it back in the day, we camped up there.
Well, you know, we could do a bit of a shortcut tomorrow and just go over the top and down to Tama.
Well, I'll meet you on the other side.
I'm kind of semi-serious, but I just don't know if I could handle carrying 18 Ks up it.
No, I don't know I could now.
Fun in your crater tonight.
Yeah, well, it should be quite neat. Quite neat. It's just a massive big hole, you know. Like,
Can you see that video title? I slept in a volcano.
I'm going to search it up on YouTube when we get back.
yeah. It'll be a,
Or in a few
it'll be a
weeks'
couple of
time.
weeks.
Oh no, it'll probably be a bit longer than that. I've got about another 3 videos to push it. And they'll take about 30 hours each. And I push one out about every 2 weeks. It's a big effort. Right,
Nice to meet you.
lovely. And this is what it looks like. Every shot, it's just always like this. Big commitment. Excuse the sunglasses. I couldn't actually find my actual sunglasses, and I found these cheap ones at home. So yeah, this is a dedication to John Lennon, I think.
We wish. Testifies to how good the day is. We've got sunglasses on today.
So Graham and I have just left Oturere Hut. We're heading up to Blue Lakes, Emerald Lakes. So currently at the moment we're at around about 1449 point. And we've got around about another 220 metres of elevation before we get up onto the main Tongariro crossing. So this is what's ahead of us. We're just having a little bit of a joke that we don't remember it steaming sulphur like that before. So we're going to go up and investigate what's going on. We think we might stick this on time lapse, and just in case this is the last you ever see of us.
And this Dave's going to give us last impression of Let It Be.
Yeah, so look, I don't know where I am in this video. I didn't do much filming last night. It was just so hard with so many people in the hut. I do apologise for that, but if you're still watching, I really appreciate that. You know what to do. Hit that like button. Don't have to necessarily subscribe, but that would be appreciated. But by all means, hit the like, and look, I would really appreciate if you just dropped a comment. Always love to hear from my followers and answer their questions. Anyway, we're going to head through some moonscape now and head up to Emerald Lakes.
See you later, hopefully.
Catch you there, hopefully. So that's the easy part over and done with. And now the climb starts, and already we can see, I don't know if you can see right up on the ridgeline there, just a ton of people that look like the old cowboy and western movies.
I've been here for 4 years now.
Oh,
I'm not a tourist. Okay.
rubbish. How's it going, folks? So I'm with Lika and Marie, and they've got a really inspiring story to tell you.
You started.
woke up left the hut at 6 a.m. for sunrise and went up Mount Tongariro.
Yeah.
And now we're already on our way down.
On the way down to the valley and go back. We're gonna drive back to Auckland tonight.
Yes.
So 6 a.m. 4 hours to go to the top, Taranaki. Then another.
Taranaki?
No, well, almost to the top, and then 3 hours.
So,
back and then
so how amazing is that? They've come all the way up here just to catch a sunset. They've still got another 5.5 hour tramp before they get out.
Well, more like 6.5.
Anyway, do it while you're young. We've got a slight generation gap going on here. Thanks for watching.
Bye!
Now. So we've been walking for 2.7k from Oturere Hut, 1 hour 47. We've done quite a bit of filming, and this sign would suggest going down. It's 4.2k, so somehow once again Graham and I are walking on air, and it's an hour 20, so we're a little bit 20 minutes slow, but we are coming up. We've got another 10 minutes before we get to the Tongariro crossing, or the NTC they call it. Ahoy! And we're heading up where all those people are. Oh dear. And here it is. Folks, this is the Emerald Lakes. It's the base of the red crater up to there. This is the descent from the top of the red crater. You can see people coming down. Horrible. I mean, good on them. And yeah, so you're not to swim in here, you're not to throw stones in here. This is considered a little bit sacred, as is the Blue Lakes. We're heading up this ridge line up to that point there, dropping over the back and going around the eastern side of Blue Lake, and just avoiding what's starting to happen already. I think we've got about maybe 60 to 100 metre elevation ahead of us with full packs on. But who wants to go and do ordinary, eh? No, that looks a little bit more challenging.
Although after that hill, ordinary sounded good for a while.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grunt up. Anyway, we'll catch you at the top looking down on the Ant Trail. Firstly, it's really lovely to see so many people out here enjoying the great outdoors, but I've gotten a little bit used to having it all to myself in the backcountry. There's only so many people you can talk to. Gnarly up there. We're going to initially try to sidle along here. If it gets too difficult, we're going to join the masses. The masses. The masses.
And on it goes.
And on it goes. Can you see how amazing it is just to get out in the wilderness and just get away from people? Or not.
Just drilling dramatic, isn't it?
This is a view that not many people would see. Oh, this is magnificent. Not a lot of trees for the hammock though.
Well, it could be a challenge. It's one of those bring your own tree type places.
Kihitahi route out. It's heading out to north, and very shortly we're going to be heading up North Crater. But yeah, this is the Blue Lakes, so it's important not to swim in this because it's considered sacred. You don't often get to see this Blue Lake from this angle. So we've come right over the top from Emerald, up over this ridge line, down the back ridge line of the Blue Lake, and we just come up to here. We're going to follow this ridge line down, traverse across the track where you can see all these people are just down here, and then Bit of a climb actually, by the look of it, up onto the North Crater.
Oh, you don't need knuckles stuff. Oh.
No. Maybe the mic is not good.
I don't think. Oh,
Yeah.
no more water.
Did you put some water in there?
No, it's not good. Put on that one.
Jet planes. Wow. Oh, that's a healthy lunch, Graham.
Bad, eh?
Jet planes and coffee.
That sort of coffee. Yeah. A lunch of champions.
Does it get any better than this? Just finished off the rest of this, Graham.
Scull it, Dave, scull it.
Skull what?
A whole lot. And that red thing, that's the best part.
That.
You go for it.
Mate.
You'll love it. You'll love it. So good for you.
Oh, that's got a bit of a bite. Are we sleeping in the same tent
You
tonight?
know, I don't think so, Dave.
No. Might be wise.
I think there may be distance between tents as well.
Hey, now this isn't sort of trick just to get me to carry a can.
Well, you should have read the small print, shouldn't you?
You're weird. Anyway, thank you.
Enjoy.
We are back into civilization again. Get used to the crowds, but we won't put up with this for too much longer. I think this is probably a good place for a poo stop.
Well, you had that chili pepper for lunch, and it's been an hour and he still hasn't come out.
You have to be taking that tank out today. Did you film the whole thing? We've made it. Yes. So we're up on pretty much the North Crater now. We've just climbed 160 meters. Have a look at this, straight up. Just come from up here. So we've come from, you can see the Emerald Lake right over there. We went up that ridge line down around the back of the Blue Lakes. Yes, if we wanted to save a bit of time and energy, we should have just come straight down that ridge line there, but we got to explore some really interesting territory in behind the Blue Lakes, and then we've come settled on round down through this crater and just come straight up. So how are you feeling, Graham?
Much better now. I've sat down. I've had a little sit down.
Yeah. The back of it's crushed, so, and it doesn't appear to be anybody coming down from Red Crater now, so everyone's skedaddled along to their shuttles. So now the other good reason that it was that we came around the back of the Blue Lakes is I just felt it was more responsible to use the toilets there. So we're just going to go and find the crater now and set up our campsite for the night, and we're going to sleep in a volcano. Yeah, you just kind of the kind of thing you just do every day now, isn't it? Yes. It's always an adventure when you come out with Outdoorsman Dave. Help me make adventure hiking sexy again with the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
We'll see you in the crater. We're just heading up to this rock you can see, which I would say is on the edge of the crater, according to my navigator. And we're trying to get in before this cloud starts rolling in. How awesome is that? It's like a ghost coming towards us. We've gone to great lengths and great personal sacrifice to show you that there really is water on Mars.
Unbelievable.
It is incredible. This is sustainable.
Wow.
I think we could live here, Graham.
This is a game changer, this one. Yeah, this is significant.
Right, well,
Science will be very interested in
I think it's going to be a race to find the best hut posse.
that. Could be on. Could be on.
I'm beyond excited. It's not every day you get to sleep inside a volcano crater, but isn't it stunning? Seriously, we actually stumbled across it about 5.5 years ago when we camped up here, and we just did a little bit of a just a little bit of an explore, just a bit of an recce, and we came down here. So we're going to drop down here now and set up our tent. So I'll see you soon.
Here's the situation. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. All night we've been absolutely hammered by this really high wind. I've got a little bit of a tent failure, but I just don't know if it's going to be worth the chill factor to get out and get it sorted. So I think the safest thing to do right now is just to keep hunkering down and stay warm in our sleeping bags until the sun comes up and warms things up a bit. Are you okay? Are you warm enough? How's your tent? Are you hang in there? So we're just gonna continue to hunker down. Probably got about another hour to go before the sun comes up, and we'll keep you posted, shall we? It's always an adventure when you come out with Outdoorsman Dave.